In this lesson, you'll be learning to play the 5 steps to mastering all 12 major keys in the key of A flat major. In the previous lesson, I did show you how to play these 5 steps in the key of G major. But now I'll be walking you through these 5 steps in the key of A flat major. Now it's quite important I mentioned that you want to have your fingers as close to the fingerboard as possible when playing these steps. So you don't want to lift your fingers off the strings completely. As violin beginners, there's a tendency for you to want to lift your fingers off the strings when you play each note. But that shouldn't be the case. You want to just leave them slightly above the fingerboard so that you can easily drop your fingers on the note without having to disrupt your intonation. So that is quite important. So avoid lifting your fingers off the strings completely. Let them just be slightly above the fingerboard. Please take note of that. It's also important for you to note that you should start playing steps slowly at first. So start slowly, play at a pace you are comfortable with, at a tempo you can play consistently with the right intonation. Take it slowly. We are not currently working on your speed, so we are more concerned about your intonation, and you being able to execute these steps. So start slowly. Gradually, as time goes on, you would be able to play these exercises rather fast. But for now, start really slow. Make sure you get the notes correctly. Also, a way for you to evaluate yourself if you have actually gotten a step and you can proceed to the next step is by using a method I call the 3 C's. Now, what do I mean by the 3 C's? Once you can play a step 3 times correctly, consistently, consecutively, then you can move to the next step. So you want to check, can I play one step 3 times in a row correctly, consistently, consecutively? If you make a mistake at any point, you have to keep repeating it until you can play it 3 times in a row without fail. So that's a way to check yourself if you have actually gotten a step and then you can proceed to the next step. If you keep making a mistake, you have to just keep repeating it, and trust me, that could take a while. But then it's a good way to practice and to ensure that you actually know it and get the step. The first step is your A flat major scale. So I'm going to play the A flat major scale now in 2 octaves. Step 2, sequence 1 in the key of A flat major. I'm going to play that in 2 octaves as well. Playing the third step now, which is sequence 2 in the key of A flat major. I'll be playing it in 2 octaves in both ascending and descending order. The fourth step is pentatonic scale in the key of A flat major in 2 octaves as well. The fifth step is your triads. I'm going to be playing that in the key of A flat major as arpeggios. Just in case you're wondering what triads are or what I mean by arpeggios, triads are 3-note chords, and so we play them across the 7 degrees of the major scale plus the octave. Yeah, and arpeggios are spelling out the chords individually rather than playing them simultaneously like a pianist would. So arpeggios are when you break down the chords and play the notes individually, the notes in the chord individually. We are going to address all of this in subsequent lessons. In this lesson, you'll be learning to play the 5 steps to mastering all 12 major keys in the key of A major. Previously, we have learned the 5 steps in both the G and A flat major scale. So now I'll be walking you through these 5 steps in the key of A major. Of course, we're going to start from the first step, which is the A major scale. I'm going to play that in 2 octaves, in both ascending and descending order. Up next is sequence 1, which is step 2 in the key of A major. We're going to be playing that in 2 octaves as well, in both ascending and descending order. Do well to use the 3 C's guideline I talked about earlier. So you want to play it 3 times consecutively, correctly, and consistently. after the sequence 1 is the sequence 2, which is the third step. Now we're playing it likewise in 2 octaves in the key of A major in both ascending and descending order. Moving on, step 4, pentatonic scale in the key of A major, 2 octaves in both ascending and descending order. The fifth step is your triads, also in the key of A major.